So on September 15th, 2018 was the last time I talked to Mr. Albert Lewis. He said that he was going to contact them on Monday, right? And I did got some sort of email from Karim, one of the CUNY employees, about he said we'll see what we're gonna he said to me we'll see what we can do now. And I didn't hear back from Mr. Albert Lewis. I was expecting another email from him on Monday too. But before September 2018, in August, I was attending a program, right? I was going to a program, and it was called the work. This was called the America Work Program. This was for the job internship, and I had to go to Riga Park Senior Center. I was getting tired of going there because of the way I was treated and the way I was in pain with my left testicle, and I'm having burning sensation all over my body, and I was also having headaches. No one, the employees, or you could say the staff members who works at the kitchen, are not instructing me what to do. I feel lost. I'm just standing there looking at them, looking stupid because they're not telling me what to do or showing me what to do. They're supposed to show me because I'm a volunteer. The way they behave towards me is if they behave like I'm a worker and I'm not getting paid. You know, why do I need to be subjected to this every single day? Why not go to college? Why not go to the Queen's College and pretty much do psychology? All the time I'm wasting going to this program, I could be going to college and getting a degree. That's all I said. It's already difficult to get a job. So I told Mr. Albert Lewis during a meeting that me and my mom and sister had with him that I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna study psychology slash neuroscience. I said I want to be a neuroscientist instead. And he said, "What? What? All these changes? All these changes?" Because my mom, during that time, my mom said that she got hired for some sort of what was she? A job because she's an LPN nurse. I'm not too sure if it was a caretaker or checking people's blood. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I remember that day. I have everything written down on my calendar, but for now I'm just going based off my memories. Even though I'm tired right now and exhausted. Mr. Albert Lewis said, "Wow, all these changes. Wow, everything's just happening so quickly. Wow, I'll see what I can do for you." So I contacted one of the CUNY employees, and I said, how can I get started with the university?" I said, "Oh, what else I said?" I said, how can I waive the application fee?" He said to me that I need to, for a person who lives in a shelter, he said that I need to contact the case manager. So I gave the case manager, Mr. Albert Lewis, Karim email, the CUNY employee email, and he said he said that he's gonna contact him. So this was going from August to September, and I haven't heard anything back. So there was rumors of Mr. Albert Lewis getting angry and pretty much quitting the job as a case manager because he was getting into arguments with the client. There was this disabled client on a wheelchair, and he has two children. And when I see this client, or you could say one of the people who lives in a shelter, I remember he was talking to the the security guards. He said that his stuff stank. That's how he talks. This is how African Americans talk. His stuff stank, and he was talking about his oven. He said it stank, and he's gonna throw that shit outside because it stank. And the security guy didn't pay no mind to him. They wasn't even looking at him. He would just keep and saying something to them. It stank. He just keep repeating, "It stank. I'm gonna throw that out right now. It stank." He gets a lot of problems. I don't know. Summer 2018 was the most ridiculous. It was the ridiculous season that I ever experienced. Summer 2018. I never seen something like it before. It was too much. The change of a case manager, the shelter director lecturing me, and I'm the one who's put in for jobs. I feel like that that all my hard work of putting in for job is just futile, or you could say useless. There's not there's no change. No matter how what you do or what you say, is going to be in the same situation. I just shook my head. It's futile. Everything you say and everything you do is futile. It's useless. You're not going to make any change. But I needed Mr. Albert Lewis to help me get my Mr. Karim, right, the CUNY employee. He said that I need to take an SAT because I don't have no SAT. So I couldn't contact Mr. Albert Lewis. I was saying where's Mr. Albert Lewis to my mom. My mom said she doesn't know what's going on. It's been weeks since we heard from Mr. Albert Lewis. Weeks. It's only during October of 2018 is where we heard that Mr. Albert Lewis left, and the rumors were actually true. They said that he got angry and quit, but my mom didn't know who was the case manager until late 2008, late October of 2018. We had a new case manager named Mrs. Turner. I told Mrs. Turner that I'm going to go to college to study neuroscience and psychology, and they said I need an SAT. She said to me that I need to go to community college and get good grades and just transfer out and go to university instead of taking the SAT. She said she's not gonna. I told Miss Turner if she can waive it for me, the university, the SAT. I wanted to get I wanted to give it a try because I've been studying for months for my SAT. When I was in the library, I was studying for my SAT. So this goes from every day when I went to the library during, was it August and September, I was in the library and I was studying September, October, November, December, January. I was studying February, March, April, June. I kept studying from my SAT. I was learning quadratic equations, linear equations. I was learning how to write a proper essay. I just stopped because it seems like everything I do gets derailed by people. Mr. Albert Lewis left. He couldn't help me. Miss Turner, the new case manager, didn't want to pretty much help me at all. It's like everything changed. My whole entire environment got remapped. All the security guards left the same time Mr. Albert Lewis left, September 2018. They all left. I said, "What happened to the security guards?" My mom said they left. There's only one security guard that was there. I had a nickname for him. I just create nicknames for people to help me understand. I would create nicknames like Uncle Mabuto, Uncle. Oh yeah, his name was Uncle Meliotos. That's his name. Yeah, it was a Jamaican guy. You see, when I named him, it comes to me. He's a Jamaican guy, and he's like in his late 40s, and he's like around 5'7". That's why I named him Uncle Meliotos. That's his name. I said to my mom, Uncle Meliotos, and Auntie Babuya. I have nicknames for people. I create silly names to help me memorize. That's the only way it works. This is how I create my concepts too, by creating silly names. I started off with a silly name and I came with a mature name for it. Uncle, who else? Uncle Makaya. There's Uncle Makaya, the Guyanese gentleman that was 5'7". Uncle Cooley, the guy that was at least 6'1". Uncle Sochilla. There's a lot of people. and I call Mr. Albert Lewis Uncle Sir Army because he went to the army. That's how we able to connect and memorize, and it works. My mom is able to memorize it. When I say people names, my mom don't memorize it. You know, I created a nickname for the maintenance guy in a Palm Hotel. When I was in the motel. My mom doesn't know his name. She just go, his name is Mike, but it helps me to get me to have a better understanding. I call him Uncle Baba. So I have nicknames for people, just like I have nicknames for people on the internet who talks to me. So Uncle Miliotos was the only person left, and there was new people, and I had to create new names. I was running out of nicknames to create. So I had Auntie Baraka, I had Auntie Jemima. It's names. This is like a key. You see how people create a key phrase. These are key phrases for their wireless security records. They create names to help them memorize. So this is how I had to do it. Doesn't matter how I think. It has to be put down quickly so I can memorize. It had Uncle Smiggy Smalls because he reminds me of Biggie. I don't really listen to Biggie, but he reminds me of Biggie and he's small. So I call him Uncle Smicky Smalls. I have nicknames. Uncle Bam Bam. I call him Uncle Bam Bam because he reminds me of a person from Flintstones. Yeah, a character from Flintstones. So I try associating it. And there was new people. There was a job developer that came during December of 2018, Mr. Jacob Humphreys. So I call him Uncle Friesman. And the shelter director, I call her Auntie Adatuli. Adatuli. Yeah, there you go. Auntie Adatuli. My mom had a nickname for her, but I forgot. So anyway, the whole entire environment changed. There was new security guards, new case managers. A lot of things was happening. So on January 2018, no 19, me and my mom me and my mom had to see Mr. Jacob Humphreys. I'm saying to my mom, why is it all this shelter didn't this shelter open up in 2011? So why did it took all those years to have a job developer and a shelter? That doesn't make sense. How is it that we just came here like a few months back and all of a sudden just everything changes? She said that's how everything always work around us. I don't know why this is happening. This always happens. Just like when you went to your father, there everything changed. I call it remap. She said my mom would say to me, "You see, this is what always happened. They removed the good people and they put the bad people." I would say I said that just I call it remap. Someone it seems like this artificial intelligence is remapping the environment. They made sure that Mr. Albert Lewis got angry and left. Now I'm left with this case manager named Miss Turner, and she's not helping with my college. It made sure all the security guards that didn't really bother us got removed, and now there you got the bad security guards that starts to pretty much knock on the door all the time. Man, this thing, this supercomputer is ridiculous. They made sure to put this job developer named Mr. Jacob Humphreys. Out of all those years, why would Mr. Jacob Hunt? That makes absolutely no damn sense. That doesn't make sense at all. He got hired, and he's from Panama. He's not really fluent in English, and he's also teasing me. I'll explain how he teased me. So when I went down to see Mister Jacob Humphreys with my mom, Mister Jacob Humphreys wanted my resume. He said, "Let me see your resume." And it says that I'm self-employed. The resume said that I'm pretty much a web designer, and I also do online advertising. He said, "Yeah, wow, they're very intelligent, intelligent." I'm like, "Huh?" Then he asked me if I can work in a warehouse somewhere or if I know. He said to me, "Do you know how to travel?" No, that wasn't. Was it the next time? He didn't say that until the next following time I see him, the next appointment. So he said to me, Mr. Jacob Humphreys said to me, why I can't work at a warehouse. I told him that my penis, well, it's accurate. Instead of saying my penis is swollen. I end up hitting it. He said, "Don't say penis, say hernia, hernia." My mom said that and hernia is different. That's not what hernia is. He doesn't know. The gentleman doesn't know what he's talking about. He thinks he knows what he's talking about. He doesn't even know you. So why is he speaking like that to you? That's what my mom said. So it was around February. What was yeah, February 2018. Uh, I got invited. Or during December, around December, January, no, January 2018, Queens College rejected me because of my academic. They said it's poor. And LaGuardia Community College reached out to me. They said that we are sorry that you got rejected from Queens College. We would be happy to invite you to LaGuardia Community College. We have all your application information and we're ready to get you set for spring 2019. So I told the case manager, Miss Turner, if she can help me waive the application fee because I spent all my money on pretty much phone service for their job. They said I needed to call for a job and I need to show proof. I spent my money not only on a phone service, also I had to buy prepaid cards. Mr. Jacob Humphrey said that I was paying too much money because I needed internet on my phone. I don't want to sit in no nasty library, and other libraries is far away. I need a phone. I need a phone on me 24/7 with internet. That's all I need. It sucks because Mr. Albert Lewis could have actually helped me get to LaGuardia Community College early if he was still here. Karim would just say, "Oh, I would have told Karim that I'm not going to attend a university. I'm going to attend just a community college." And Mr. Albert Lewis would have just waived the fee. So when I told Miss Turner about going to community college, I told her that I need my application fee waived so I could get to community college, and I need her signature. So she said that she was gonna give the security guards at the desk after she leaves the the signature and the application. She never did, and I never heard. Me and my mom never heard from Miss Turner for 2 weeks. She completely ignored us, and we have an appointment with her. The only people who actually or say staff member from the shelter who interacted with me was pretty much the security guards and Mr. Jacob Humphreys. Mr. Jacob Humphreys wanted me to sign some sort of paper because he said I need to go to a job fair with him. I'm like, job fair? Why do I need to go to a job fair? Didn't I told Miss Turner that I'm going to college? Why is it at the same time I need to go to college? I said to I was anyway, I was waiting for Miss Turner to give me the signature and the application. She needs to sign the paper. I'm waiting for her. My mom kept telling security guards to contact Miss Turner, but Miss Turner, we can't. Me and my mom can't see Miss Turner without getting through the security guard because the security guard is the one who has to unlock the elevators to the basement. This is the all right. So the lobby is on the first floor, and the basement is locked because I believe they're scared that someone might either shoot up the place or do something to the staff members. So that's why they do this. but they won't let me go downstairs. And Miss Turner is not responding to me and my mom. She's ignoring us. So just about the same day I go to college, right? The same day I'm going to college is the same day Mr. Jacob Humphreys decides to pretty much have a job fair. He said I missed out the job fair. I went to college, community college, to register. The lady at the community college forgot, I had to register through some sort of machine or computer, and the lady forgot that I was there. Or you could say the staff members for LaGuardia. I'm like, all the other people sign in, and how is it all of them register? They sign in, and they were waiting, and they got called, but I didn't get called. What the hell is going on in here? And then the lady said to me, "You should have said something. You should have said something here." I'm like, "What the hell is going on? Is how they can forget me? How come they didn't forget the other people? The person just, I just don't get it." And the lady said that I was supposed to fill out an application. I'm like, "What? How is it that LaGuardia?" And she said I must have misunderstood something. But on there it said that they had my information. How did LaGuardia Community College have my information for they have my email? I didn't give them my email. I don't even know what LaGuardia College is. I don't even know what is it or where it's located at. All I remember is that I received an email stating that I can start college during the spring 2019. And it was like how many weeks? A few weeks before. It was a few weeks later is when I decided to go there. The same time I told Miss Turner, and I signed up for Pell Grant, FAFSA, everything. I said I'm going there. I already knew what I was going to study, psychology. So I got derailed. Instead, I got derailed by Miss Turner. You see how people can actually prevent you from pretty much going to college. She did it. She prevented me from going to college because she ignored me. Uh, she completely ignored me, and she told the director that me and my mom aren't complying. My mom said that Miss Turner is lying. So this is the same uh, thing that happened with Miss Sanchez. Miss Sanchez did the same thing to us. She ignored us for a whole entire week, and then she said to the shelter director that we're not complying. This is how they behave when they don't want to deal with us, right? Maybe they don't know have anything to write about us, so this is how they deal with it. They get frustrated and they ignore us, so they can say that it's the client fault because she doesn't know how she has to write a case for every client, and I believe that the case manager didn't want to write that case. She didn't know what to say, so instead she just complains to the director, and let the director deal with it. It's the client's fault. The client doesn't want to get a job, or the client doesn't want to the client doesn't want to keep up with their appointment when it's not. They lied. So I ended up getting derailed, and I couldn't go to college spring 2019. Instead, I had to go fall 2019. I had to save up my money. I didn't. I stopped pretty much. Buying. I stopped buying prepaid cards for my smartphone because I had to pay for service, and I just started using cheap service. I started spending $3 on T-Mobile service, and I started saving my money. I said I'm going to use this money to go to college. So I signed up for fall, and I started practicing. No, I didn't practice for my math. I didn't know that there was a placement test until summer 2019. I'm like, what the hell is a placement test? The lady at the registration center said that I need to sign up for I need to do my placement test. I'm like, what is this test? She said it's gonna be easy. You're gonna get through it. I did it myself. I said it's not gonna be easy. I haven't had math since for a decade, or did a reading test for a decade. I don't. They update their tests. It's not going to be the same as the way you learn it in school. It's going to be different. The social context of a reading test is different. So if I was writing, the placement test for writing was about Central Park and how the people in dislike people playing music or loud or or what else? Making sounds that there's a quiet area, a quiet zone in Central Park, right? So I just read my introduction, my body paragraph, and also my conclusion. I don't think I finished my conclusion. I was scratching a lot because I wasn't, I haven't write with a pen for so long. I'm used to typing, so I kept scratching a lot, scratching and scratching and scratching, and I was just putting what the letter wrote on. There's a letter from a lawyer writing to someone from the park, explaining how back in the 80s this was a peaceful, quiet place. They heard animals, they heard the birds chirping, like, and also what else? The birds chirping and the ducks quacking, and the people talking and having conversation. It was nice, and the songs playing, and the people who were listening to the songs and the noise, they were being amused by it. They were entertained by it, and that it's wrong to pretty much find people who are playing music. I just put that. I just rephrased the words into my own ideas. That's all I did. And it said the one of what do you call it? One of the staff members in the registration room said that my writing score is very low. I just wrote that you know since that time the way humanity is designed has changed completely. I was just put that the people in that time supposed to respect one another. I was just using my own ideas, and also using the idea from the text. I guess it was wrong, and I also did poor in the reading test. When I took the reading test again, I passed. I should have retaken the math too, but she wouldn't let me because she saw it was very low. I haven't done math for a long time. I don't know what it's talking about. The steps. This was order of operation, and also what else? Polynomials and linear equations. I didn't know what it's talking about. I haven't done that for a long time. It looks different than the way I learned it in algebra. Yeah. So Miss Turner derailed me, so I had to go. I had to sign up by myself with my money. But after that day, since I couldn't get registered, I had to take the train back to Queens. I mean Jamaica, Queens. Yeah, my school LaGuardia is located in Queens, but it's also near to Manhattan. And I was disappointed because I didn't get registered. Me and my sister was staying at we had to stay at McDonald's because I didn't want to go back to the shelter early because I know Mr. Jacob Humphrey is waiting for me. He does it every day. It's I can't take this gentleman seriously. The way he talks to me, and usually Mr. Jacob Humphreys would go to work 9 o'clock and I would leave 5 p.m. When I went back there with my mom and sister, um, I give it nicknames. I'm sorry, Mr. Bumbleclot. I would call him that. I'm sorry, but the names I had to create these names to help me understand the way they behave and the way they think. It doesn't matter if it's offensive or stupid. It happens. I had to do it. So it was a Jamaican fella. He said to me, Mr. Jacob Humphreys is downstairs waiting for you, the job developer. He's been waiting for you for hours. I'm saying, I just came from a college. I didn't even get to sign up, register for my college. What the hell is going on? So my mom said, forget about him. Don't listen to Mr. No, my mom said, forget about Mr. Jacob Humphreys. You already go put in for your college? You see, don't talk to him. He haven't helped you. He's not, you know. Mr. Jacob Humphreys made a false promise because he told me that he was gonna get me a. He said he was gonna get me some sort of office job at your college. In the meantime, I'm trying to study for college, trying to get into college and study and prepare myself. He never did. Lied. It was just a tease. And then he not. I remember going upstairs, and my sister was taking a shower. My mom heard the door ring. The person ring the bell, and I got really angry. And I said, "Why is this happening to me? It's trying to provoke me. I ended up hitting the wall, and she said, "You better not do this. This is not on B house. This is not on B house." I'm like, what the hell does on B have to do with this? Yeah, your behavior. You have that attitude. And then Mr. Jacob Humphreys said, I got really angry because of what's going on here. First of all, I didn't get to register for my first semester, my spring semester of 2019, and I studied for my, I could have taken my placement test and be prepared because I was studying for math and also reading. I was well prepared. I said, "What the hell's going on here?" I could have I could have went to college and during fall 2018 too. But it's too many times I missed this opportunity. Two times I missed this opportunity. So I got derailed twice from college. Not the first time. This is the second time. My third time is where I got into college. That's why I said to myself, it's stressful. I have to keep going at it nonstop. It is extremely hard, very difficult situation that I'm in. Not human. I don't think human beings supposed to be being put in this situation over and over, getting derailed by people. How is it that these people are really not aware of what they're doing? Miss 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 Turner pretty much completely ignored me. Mr. Albert Lewis got angry and left and forgot about me. Damn, that's some crazy stuff. My environment got completely remapped. Their people's actions affect me significantly. Holy crap. This multi-agent quantum AI computers, it takes me serious. It thinks that I know something. It thinks that if I go to college, I'm going to actually graduate. It reacts. I told my mom about the supercomputer. I said, this is reacting. She said, you know what, you're right. That's what's happening. I don't understand. Everybody just left their shelter. Mr. Albert Lewis, the security guards, and they put this silly lady, Miss Turner, and Mr. Jacob here. You see how you see how it remove people and put the bad people here, so it can block you. Holy crap! It blocked me. It was that I wouldn't even say well executed. That was well simulated. That thing went hardcore on me. It, it, it pretty much showed no mercy. It really, I'm gonna actually do this to you, human. Before, when I remember that day, I told Miss Turner that I'm gonna go to community college. I remember, um, I remember seeing words in my dreams telling me about community college, and then use it, and it said she. And then when I woke up in the morning, when I told my mom about why Miss Turner didn't, I said I can't do that. She's supposed to give me the application sign. My mom, she said she, and then she ends the sentence. It's ridiculous. It's just the cryptography keys, the mind that at that time, the mind of these people, they seem to be on a drive, or you could say their minds, or you could say their thoughts are automatically set and they're on a drive, and they seem to not be phased by what I do or what I say, and whatever I try to do is like I can't change their mind about it. It's like it's already been designed by someone. Their mind, they're set out to sell these scenarios. Holy snacks! I never seen something. I haven't been in an environment like this for such a long time. I'm used to living in a small environment in Florida. To come back to this and say, I don't know. I can understand why I had a lot of trouble in school with people. When I was a kid in school, I had a teacher who influenced the class about me. I had a teacher, a white teacher named Slimer, who influenced the class to steal my belongings. And I remember when I went out for recess, they told Mr. Polis, the dean, that I'm bothering them, and the dean said to leave my personal belongings there, and 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 I had to. So it was a distance away. Oh my gosh, I had to sit by the fence, and you can. All right. So if you're at a Walmart, you see how huge the Walmart is? So think of it as the space of Walmart taking up the whole uh, the whole backyard of a schoolyard. That's how huge it is. And I'm watching them from a distance, and I'm looking at them going inside my book bag and laughing at me as I'm just getting angry, and I feel like freaking killing them. These people. That's the urge that I. I feel like doing something to them. I'm placed in a situation where I feel like I can't control myself because I'm so, I've been, someone, someone had an idea from my teacher, my white teacher, Miss Slimer, and they started spreading these ideas to my class or some kid. They started talking about me, and they had this, it's methodically done. Their behavior's done methodically. Everything's planned out. Their thoughts, their behavior, their emotions, the way they're gonna tell Mr. Polis, and it's like I'm the person who's not, as if I'm the person who did something wrong. I'm like, what I did wrong to people? Why do people hate me so much? Why everybody hate me? My teachers, my every single person hated me. When I was a kid, when I was a kid, I used to have trouble sleeping too. I used to have these headaches and these vivid dreams, reoccurring dreams. I know this it's the supercomputer giving it to me, and also the high authority NSA software engineers. They're the ones who pretty much knows what's going on and know that, and I know that they're doing it. They think that they think that I'm aware of my existence. Even as a little kid, I don't need to actually use words. I can just sense it and think of it. Maybe not only that, the way I think is clear. The way I'm aware is clear. The way I talk is clear. But it depends. It makes you want to do something to someone. These situations happen over again, and it happened in fourth grade when I told my mom about something, and the teacher seemed to get something else than the intended meaning, and she said to the class that I lied, and then the class said, "Yeah, he lied." So, excuse me, he's a liar. He's a liar. Yeah, he lied. She was the teacher, the fourth grade teacher, was so angry, Miss Quinones. Same thing happened in fifth grade. I had a kid who slapped me in the face, and and you know what, Miss Quinones, the same teacher, she passed by my class and she saw me defend myself. She saw me defending myself because I try to pretty much I try swinging my classmate hand. I think his name is Satish, back at him. I was trying to say, I said, stop, stop. I was, trying to slap my hand back at his hand. And then Miss Quinones said, I'm hitting my classmate. And Mr. Bata, all he did to me was like, you come here, with an angry face, you come here. And he's a white gentleman, you come here. Every time I do something, when I'm in a stairway and someone did something to me and I'm trying to defend myself, I end up getting, the only person who ended up getting caught is me because you know what, my classmate provoked me, and I learned that since fourth grade, all the way from fourth grade all the way to high school, I've been provoked by my classmates. They want to see me get really angry, and I'm just a quiet person. I don't bother no one. I try defending myself. I get to the point of getting tired of these behaviors that I don't know what to do, and then until during summer 2011, was it yeah, August 27, 2011, when I had the same experience with my family, and my little cousin, 10-year-old cousin, I was 18 years old, was hitting my sister with a yellow toy bat, and he climbed up the stairs and he blocked me from going up the stairs, and I tried to get him down, and no matter what I do, he blocks me, and I'm just a skinny person. You know what he did? He pretty much was hitting my left testicle. He was hitting my testicle constantly. It's like everybody's fixated on my testicle, like they want to do something to it. Since I was a kid, I was always getting punched in my testicles by my classmates or someone. It's like they want to see. It's like they don't want to see me calm. They want to see me angry. They want to see. They want people to see that I have some sort of behavior problem, and I can't. And they don't. It's like people don't want me around it. Every single person that I talk to just completely ignore me, and they hate me. They have a hatred towards me, and I can't even go outside and order food no more. I remember during that time when I was 13 and 12 years old, every time I talked, people said they couldn't hear me or they couldn't make out my voice. I don't know what the hell. Or they would say that I have halitosis, my breath stinks. It was a lot going on. So when I think about what's happening to me when I was a teenager, what happened to me when I was a teenager and as a young adult and now, yeah, I can say that this is the case. That all these time and events of people just being removed from the situation and there's a new person entering the situation, yeah, like Mr. Jacob Humphreys. When I think about Mr. Jacob Humphreys and what he said to me, I'm like, and how he behaved and how Miss Turner behaved, yeah. So as I opened the door, so I'm going back to the shelter. I hit the I hit the I hit the wall. My mom said, "You want to be you want to this is Aunt B house again, huh?" To remind me of this anger. I got angry. She put these messages into my mind so she could get me angry, and she doesn't help me at all. My mom is not she doesn't intervene, like saying my son just went to college and he's trying to do good, he's trying to get to she doesn't defend me at all. She just pretty much sat back and let me do all the talking while I'm angry at this gentleman. I'm screaming at this gentleman. I feel like I'm getting provoked. And I told this gentleman, how is it that this date here is the same time as this date? What is going on here? Why is it happening? I was angry here. And he took back the paper and he went downstairs. The next day, was it, or you could say a few weeks later, maybe it was a Friday, my mom got a letter from the security guard because he rang the door. And I remember me and mom, the next day I wanted to go to Green Acres Mall and I'm like getting irritated because Mr. Jacob Humphrey said that I need to see him Monday. So I had a dream maybe 2 weeks before that day about one of the security guard. It was a security guard named Mr. Uncle Lumjack. I call him Uncle Lumjack. He's a tall African American gentleman, maybe 6'4", 2 inches taller than me, or I'm 6'2" and a half. So yeah, so this tall gentleman named Mr. Uncle Lumberjack. So I saw him in my dreams, and I saw him open. And in my dreams, I saw him clicking the button to open up the elevator, and I saw that this lady that I never saw before was in the booth. So this is in the lobby of the shelter, and she started lecturing me. 20 something, you're 20 something years old. You're 20 something years old, and I was telling my mom, talking to my mom about something in a dream, and then the lady intervened into our conversation, or you could say, butt into our conversation, and she's in the booth and she's lecturing me about me being 20 something, right? And I don't even know her. She's a stranger. So this reminded me of the shelter director. How the shelter director said to me, she just went up and just said to me as I sat down that I sit and that I'm going to be sitting in a room all day while my mom doing all the work when she doesn't have any evidence of that. While I have the evidence that I don't do that because I can use the timestamp from the sign in sheet and the sign out sheet. The sign in sheet and the sign out sheet. This is a log sheet for the shelter. I can prove that to show that they're not thinking rationally and that their minds are not theirs, it's someone else. It's fake. I wouldn't even use the word mind control. Mind control is incorrect. Someone that the artificial intelligence have their genetic information in a computer on a computational intelligence system, and it can pretty much design their mind from scratch each morning. They reboot the AI reboots their brain, so when they wake up, everything is already designed. The time of going to a place, everything, their memories. You know, I can prove that to people that their memories are not theirs. That it's a supercomputer. While my memories is mine, I'm using some of my memories and my thoughts and my emotions, and it dislikes that. It hates that. So when I went downstairs, waiting for Mr. Jacob Humphreys, I saw Mr. Uncle Lumberjack. Oh yeah, Mr. Lumjack, or you could say Uncle Lumberjack, right? And I said I haven't seen him since fall 2018, Mr. Lumberjack. That last time I saw him was right the same time as Mr. Albert Lewis, and yet he appeared in my dreams 2 weeks ago, and and he's now back here. But that was the last time I saw him that day when I had to see Mr. when I had to see Mr. Jacob Humphreys, the job developer. So I waited for Mr. Jacob Humphrey. Yeah, I waited, and he said hello to me. And one of the security guards said that I could. Oh yeah, Uncle Bam Bam, the security guard, he's white. He said go downstairs. He wants to see you. And I told Mr. Jacob Humphreys that I wanted to go to college. He said, "Listen, you don't understand. I have a list of people." I'm like, oh, okay, this is definitely the supercomputers. It made sure the timing. It made sure the timing. The time is set that this way. I'm so busy. I'm so occupied with trying to get myself to school that I didn't really know that this is really happening. I'm so busy. Living in New York City is distracting. It's too much. This seems that the artificial intelligence made sure that I was last on his list, so it can pretty much derail me from going to college spring 2019. Then Mr. Jacob Humphrey started cursing me. He was just saying the F word constantly, like he's talking to some sort of thug or gangster. And I don't speak that way. He may think that I'm like other African Americans around here. I don't use no slangs like bruh or nigger or what up son or stuff like that. I don't talk like that. Or bruh. They'll just repeat it to say bruh. I don't talk that way. I'm a normal human being that talks normally. I'm not around people that speak that way. Something's wrong with their way of their mind. That's all the supercomputers want them to think like that, and the supercomputers want them to smoke marijuana and cigarettes and drink. I'm not that like that. I don't do stuff like that at all. I haven't smoked a cigarette in my life or smoked anything. I'm here to get myself a job, get myself an income, and have a house or a condo away from this damn city. City is bad for my health. I don't do good in fast paced environments. I do better in small environments like Kissimmee, Florida. That's where I was able to concentrate. My mind is able to concentrate better when I was in Florida than New York City. My thinking went downhill since I came here. I can't think the way I think because I'm always tired, and I feel so tired. Even trying to keep up with my school is difficult because the more I stress out, the more my environment becomes affected. That's how it works. Mr. Jacob Humphrey said to me, "How did?" He questioned me, "How did you hit your testicle, your left testicle?" I said to him, my hand, my hand moved oppositely when I was in the bathroom. That's all I said to him, and he said that doesn't make any sense. Then he asked me if I masturbate. And I said, I don't masturbate, man. At that time, he said if I was masturbating. And I said I didn't masturbate. No, this was the question about my left testicle. He said we was talking about pain, right? And I said every time I sit down, I feel shooting pain. Every time I stand, I feel shooting pain. He said you're getting older. Okay. When I said to him, no, that's not the case. He said, okay, you know everything. You know everything. And you, Mr. Warner, you know everything. I'm like, huh? What the hell? Then he mentioned that he masturbate. I'm like, I don't want to hear no job developer talking about him masturbating. That's unprofessional. This is a shelter you're talking about. We live in a I live in a shelter. You don't talk to a client like that. That's disrespectful. That's not only disrespectful, that's very unprofessional. You wanna have a civilized conversation with a person like me or anyone to begin with, any individual, you wouldn't talk that way to someone. You want to know about if they masturbate. He's questioning me. He said these cryptic messages into my mind, and I actually got baited. That's how I got baited into saying them because I'm tired. When I get tired, I'm pretty much not myself when I'm sleepy. I'm like the people who have empty minds, or you could say the people who's on an auto set with this by the supercomputers. They're on a strong drive. You can actually notice that, like they're not there. All you just see is a hollowness, just empty mind is walking down the street. That's all machines. That's all I just say. So Mr. Jacob Humphreys went from questioning me about me masturbating to him masturbating. That doesn't make sense. That is rude. Then he baited me again. He said, he said, why am I going to college? I said, I like to talk. I said that I like the human behavior and the way they make eye contact. And he said something simple, a simple question. He said, well, yeah, he said, do you know what that's called? I'm like, Carl, why would you ask me that question? So, I can get baited to say something silly. This is cryptic messages. It's still part of cryptic messages because he can say a phrase or a question, and he can actually get you to say something irrational. So you can think that you don't know nothing about human behavior. Because since the artificial intelligence knows that I like talking about human behavior, or you could say knows that I talk about human behavior a lot, and it's accurate. The talking, you could say my concepts about human behavior is so accurate. It needs to get me to be convinced that I don't know anything about human behavior. I said cognitive behavior. He said that's different. That's different. To make me feel silly. So he made me feel silly with my left testicle, and he made me feel silly about the human behavior. So he's trying to challenge me when I'm tired, and I don't live in a good place where I can sleep because I'm being drained. I'm having fire drills all the time. Come on, I can't keep up with the pace, man. I don't think anyone would keep up the pace. If they would either do something, do harm to themselves or pretty much harm someone else or harm the person. This is how jail and prison works. You know, this is like a this is like a jailhouse or something going on here. It's like a method to put people to imprison people in jail so they can actually say that they're the one who actually wanted to commit this act. That it was their intention. This is I can understand why people, you know what. This is why I said that the citizens create criminals. Their behavior is what create criminals. If you watch forensic files, I used to watch that when I was a kid. If you watch forensic files and you see that there's always a person out there having an argument with someone, and it forces them to actually be put in this situation, and they get provoked, and they end up killing the person, and they end up taking their body somewhere and digging it in an isolated location. I call it an isolated location, a place where people really don't pay much attention to, and someone just so happenly been you know they have this mind. They woke up with this fake mind saying, hey, let me go fishing here, and they end up seeing a body near to the lake. They say, what is this black bag? And they see human pieces, these corpses. This is corpse. This is how people this is how it works, man. When you understand forensic files, you start to learn the behavior. You start to learn that this is an artificial intelligence and this is software engineers. The high authority NSA software engineers, they know how it works because they're the one who pretty much created these codes, these murderous codes. And artificial intelligence knows how to pretty much find the body because it's the one who pretty much make the person got angry and put the body there. Now they just need to use the evidence to prove that the person did it. Trail it back. Talk to who was there, and you know what? There's always someone there by you know the murderer always had someone to talk to. There was someone that saw this car. There's a description. There's fingerprints. All right, I can understand how this works now. This damn supercomputer is the one who's doing this. It makes people have these urges, just like these sexual urges. This also murderous urge to do stuff to people, and also religiously, people want to do things around others so they can influence one another, so they can become a habit. It's too much. It's a lot. When I was in Florida, I was talking more. I was talking a lot about them and concentrating more about it. So anyway, this is it for this video.